Hello and welcome to a credit letter software tutorial for our new freeze and suppression module. And this module will help make the freeze and suppression process very fast, quick, as well as manageable. As you see on the screen now, we do have the freeze suppression generator, and this is part of the management part of it that will allow you to send multiple freezes for each one of your clients, and you can select 10, 15, 20, 30 clients, and it would generate all of the freeze letters that you have in your source, and you can select the source and also be able to send that email via fax. I'm sorry, send that freeze or suppression via fax, which is our batch fax over here. You can actually bulk mail this via letter screen, or you can batch print the letters out. And you can even send the letters to your clients and have them to mail the letters, depending on how you want to do this. In this particular management part here, you can actually view the letter here. With this part, it allows you to email this letter to your client and have them to mail it out. And you can send this particular individual letter freeze template or letter freeze to you can fax that with this button, and you can actually mail this letter with letter screen with this individual letter via here, and you can view the client details here, as well as send a confirmation link for this source. CoreLogic is the source here, to the client and have them to confirm whether or not that particular source they receive information saying that it's been frozen. So it allows you to manage the process, and you can determine when something was frozen or not, and if it is, it will show here that this was received. Of course, it can tell you the status of the fax. Now here, which is a demo, so if the fax has been sent, it will tell you that status, if it was successful or not. So that means that if you send a source, a freeze or a suppression letter out, and you fax it, and then it didn't go through, then you will see a unsuccessful message here. You can go to that source, click it, highlight this source, or you don't even have to check it. You can just go straight here and send that fax again. Or you can select multiple one and do batch fax again. So this is a way of being able to fax all of your letters to these sources. Now, if you go look at some of the sources that we have uh, for this freeze module, we have 8 sources here, and then there are 2 other that you have to do online. But out of all these 8 sources, only in Novice doesn't have the fax number that we don't have. If you have a number for them, then I'm more than happy to send it to us. We'll add that to that number, so that to this source, so that you can fax this one. So far, in Novice is the only one that doesn't have the fax number that we have listed here. But you can fax all of the others, or you can mail them, or you can do letter screen, however you want, to uh, uh, via the source. And you can add a new source. If you have your own sources, we have 8 here. And if you have your own sources, something that we don't have listed here, you can add that source by clicking the add new source, put in their information, address, phone number, and then fax number, and you can start sending fax to them. When we go back to this generator, the way it works, in a sense, is that you want to be able to generate uh, your fax letters for multiple people. And it allows you to select one client, two, or all clients. And you can, once they've selected, you can select all the sources you want to send them to. You can select all if you want to send to all 8 here, or you can just select which one you want to send them to. And this is a great tool because it allows you to not send letters to those who may have already been frozen or suppressed. And then you can select a template. We already have our template here that we created. We'll let you look at that shortly. Then you can preview the letter, and then you can actually, let's just go ahead and do a couple of these here, and then we'll just select all sources for now, and then we'll just leave it as the freeze template here and just hit finished. with this, and then we're going to go to preview letter now. So once you preview the letters, as you see, all the sources for this client, for all the clients selected, you will see. Now here's the good part about it. If you've already created a letter for that client, you try to generate another, you'll get a message here to tell you that this letter has already been generated. And you might want to not send this letter again to that. And you also want to make sure that all your clients have their ID and the residency proof uh, uploaded too, so you can make sure they are attached to the letters. Of course, we're using these little animated creatures here. But as you can see, all the letters have been created for these clients, and you can generate each one um, just one at a time, or you have to generate this one. You can do bulk generate. Now let's do that now. Bulk generate for these letters, and I prefer really that we don't do that, but because we already have a list of letters already. But as you can see, the letters are already done, and we selected 4 clients, and you will see all the letters for each client that's been selected. You can toggle, and as you notice here, there's another client here. You can toggle that client, and it'll tell you that there are no ID and residency information for that client. So you know you need to go ahead and make sure you upload that for all your clients to do these freeze module here. And it probably show for these 2 because they're not done either, and they're not. So just wanted you to see how that works, and it allows you to bulk generate these letters. And once you finish doing that, you can go back and view those freeze letters here as we saw when we first started. And you'll see all the freeze letters here, every one you generated, and you have the opportunity to manage the process. And now, if you go to your source confirmation here, this is a great management tool because what happens is once you receive your, sometimes you can be on the phone with the client. Say this client here, you can be on the phone with them, and then you can say, oh, well, they said I received my source. Instead of you sending them the confirmation email link, you can just do it manually. Click this button and here view confirmation. And what will happen is it will show you all the sources for that client. And then you can manually confirm the sources for that client. Manually by clicking the button here, if you hit manually confirm, then it will show you, I think this because there were several letters generated for this person here. Let's go here and click manually confirm. And then here, you can enter the date that it was confirmed. Say that it was done on the 20, well, let's say 22nd here. And I just use any date here. Hit confirm. And it asks you, are you sure you want to manually confirm source? Say yes. And then it will actually put in the date and time that that source was confirmed. It allows you to manage the process for all your freeze and suppression. And this is a game changer in the industry because you know that one of the best ways to be effective in your challenges is to freeze sources. Over here, we have the online sources that you have to do. Of course, you can't populate those with the client information, so you have to do that manually. So, but you do have the NCTUE freeze as well as the opt-out pre-screen if you want to freeze those sources. And here it allows you to check the status of your fax. If something has failed, you can look at that and see that there too. But we also have a way of viewing that information under the management screen that we have when we first started here. But you can go to see if the fax has been hadn't been sent. If it's failed, you can go back, send it again, try it again. And if it doesn't go through, you can go ahead and then mail this letter via letter screen. So sometimes, you know, you can fax something off and then just you might not receive it, and or it might not get any confirmation on that. So if you don't get confirmation, if your client doesn't get confirmation, then you have to look at mailing that letter to the source. Some people try to mail as well as fax. That's up to you to whether you want to do that or not. But this particular module is a game changer in the industry. It allows you to it allows the freeze process, speeds it up, and it gives you a great opportunity to service your client in a very effective way and to actually uh, allow you to be able to take that first step with your client and even get paid because you're doing work for your client. And this is the first step in the process to freeze and suppress sources, and then you can start your challenges. But Thank you very much for listening. This is like I said, a game changer, and thank you for another tutorial for credit letter software. We're also working on some more modules like this to really speed up the process for our clients. This is a white label version, as well as those who want it from who's using other versions. That will be a special module you can actually pay additional for. But this is standard for all of our white labels, meaning that it's built into your cost here. But what you pay for your monthly fee, the freeze module is for you. Have a good day. Hello, this is a continuation of the freeze and suppression module. I forgot to show you the template, the freeze and suppression templates part of it. It will allow you to be able to create your own freeze templates or suppression templates. Here, if you click the action button, you can see here's the template that you can use for all of your freezes. Of course, you can create your own, or you can edit this one and make that, uh, and then understand all the different placeholders. You can even change the name on it. Here are the placeholders that you have for your freeze. Also, we have placeholders that you can add for your own custom freeze that you can place to populate. And these are your placeholders that can be added to any letter that you create yourself here. And you can go back, of course, to the manage freeze letters. And if you want to add your own, of course, you have a blank template page, and you can give it a name as well as type your information here and then add your placeholders so they can populate for your clients. So that's the part about the templates that we left out in the previous video. And take care.